Hey there guys, this is me, Malorian, and this is going to be a War Machine Battle Report. And this one's going to be with Haley3. Now this list is one I've been kind of dojoing for a while. I've had other people borrow my lists, and they've tried this and it worked out well for them. And what it is, the idea that Haley3 is a great one for Cygnar heavy spam. First of all, Cygnar heavies have normally defense 12, which means that under temporal distortion, that's going up to defense 14, which is awesome for a warjack. Second of all, she actually has the focus to run all these things. So between that type of a thing, she's really good at running jacks, throw in some other infantry, and I think it's gonna be a great list. So on the other side of the table is going to be my buddy there, Sean, with Horgle. So this will be the first time I'm up against Horgle2, and I am one of the guys that came out and said when the new Warlocks came out, Horgle was obviously the worst. His spells were all over the place. It was kind of like a mix of everything, fire, 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 but nothing to really push it home, and I really didn't like it. So I'm actually really hoping Sean here proves me wrong. So otherwise, my main game plan in this one is to grind him down, go for the attrition, and then while the attrition's going on, score defensively on my own zone. So I won the roll for initiative. I want to go first, and pretty much everything kind of runs up. I'm going to be having up, of course, temporal distortion, even though I'm staying back to the point that he can't attack me first turn, and also did tactical supremacy up onto Haley3, so they can get up and a little bit further to kind of spread out the love already. On his turn, he did, what you kind of expect. He had the Ferrogeist in the middle of each of those flame guys, and so he has a spell up onto the bomber so that all of his attacks are continuous fire, and so that means you can throw a bomb at one and boom, they're all on fire. Throw a bomb at the other feral guys, boom, they're all on fire, and it works fairly well. Otherwise, the burrowers dig in, and he's kind of waiting for me while the Earthborn's kind of there saying, all right, let's do this. Who wants to start this fight? And you know what? In the end, I'm not too worried about starting the fight. I have 5 heavies to his 3, and so if he wants to come in with the one Earthborn, it's going to be really difficult already for the Earthborn to take me out because he's going to need a boost every single to hit, so that's really going to drain his fury, and I should survive. Now, the only way I can fix my jacks in this list is I took out the mechanics for the different build I'm going with, but my one objective is the stockpile, so I can fix myself there. So I think I'm going to put some guys on there so that if he comes into me, I can repair, get back to my systems, and keep going. So that's what I really do. I go up there with my commandos and I start shooting to try and get rid of his little flamethrower guys, and I don't roll as well as I'd hoped. Now he also had up solid ground, which is a great spell for in trolls that Horgle2 has, and so that means that whenever I beat them and they tough, well, they're not knocked down, and that's a huge deal because I need to roll the hit again. So my commandos start shooting at them, and in the end I'm able to kill 2 of them, 1 from each side, but that's really it. Otherwise, you can see that there's the one lead ironclad that's saying come at me, and he also really didn't put a lot in the left zone. Looks like he's really pushing after my zone. So I have Thorn, that's really an annoying spot there to make sure I don't, he doesn't score in the zone. And as well, the Ironclad saying, all right, if you put anything serious there, I'm going to take it out. And otherwise, I'm going to be going after your objective and start getting some control points. So this turn for him is going to be his feed turn, and wow, it does tons against me. Now, his feat, it says that whenever you attack something that's on fire, then you get boosted to hit and boosted damage. And the problem is I thought you couldn't really get the fire where you needed it, and it's not going to really do too much. No, the fire eaters come in, light my stuff on fire. And even though I have high defense, because the fire eaters, while they're on fire, get boosted to hits, they're still able to light my jacks on fire, even on defense 14, and then the guns start coming in. So the bushwhackers start shooting, they're getting boosted damage, and they're just plinking away and destroying my jacks, and so I lose my front jack before I even have to deal with the Earthborn. Then the Earthborn comes in, and when he's having boosted a hit and boosted damage, easy gets around my defense skew, smashes me easily. That's down 2 heavies. On the left side, he comes in me and really messed up that Jack already, the blue ironclad, and that's because when the fire guys come in and I'm already on fire as well, yeah, they just really do a lot of damage. I was actually lucky. I think he made a mistake here where the bouncer could have come after me. I think this was a defensive play on his part where he stayed back and he wanted to try and hold the zone, but I think that bouncer could have come into my blue one and just made him either destroyed or just crippled to the point that he's useless. So whereas I was really comfortable in the fact that it was my 5 heavies to his 3, now it's 3 to 3 and one's really messed up. So this game has completely changed. My commandos have also taken a big hit. His little Troll Moses comes in, does a spell that's an AoE, kills some more of them, and yeah, this is really, really bad. So at this point now, I gotta play this very carefully. I have to make sure these fire eaters go away. Of course the Earthborn has to go away, and I think the one thing that I have going for me is that his Mauler decided to stay back. So what I can do is make sure I kind of like regroup, kill as much as I can as like these burrowers, start scoring on my own zone, and then start also clearing out his zone to force him to kind of pull more things away, right? To kind of really push this scenario game and say, hey, you only have so much resources and what zone do you want to work on? So that's what I do. I do just 1 revive. It's also going to be my feat turn for extra focus, and so with that, you know, Haley from the past charges up, and it's so silly that she has reach, but she's just able to attack and take out a whole bunch of the burrowers. There's 1 remaining that Rowdy's able to do and stay back and stay safe, and then otherwise I'm going up there with the commandos, and because they have anatomical precision, it also gets past the tough of the trolls, so that's great. Unfortunately, I do leave 1 alive, but hey, he's tied up. I now have Haley in the zone, so I'm going to be scoring. Future Haley shot down Troll Moses, which is great. Thorn and the one guy was able to free up my Ironclad, and that allowed the Ironclad to charge over to the bouncer, and this is not deserved. You know, I should have really messed him up, but I just rolled really high and also took him out. So yeah, he is down 2 of his beasts. I am now up 1 point on the scenario, and whereas last turn everything was really bad, this was a great turn for me. Really turned around this attrition, and now I am starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. So in his turn then, he does what he can to kind of like come back to the left, which is what I kind of wanted. He did take out my Ironclad. That's okay. I was already feeling lucky that he's still alive. No points because Thorn is still there. And otherwise, yeah, he kind of like gets his last borrowers into the zone, destroys my objective. So that's going to mean that now it is a 1-1 game, but that's not so bad at all. It'll be very easy for me to clear the zone again. He has a Feral Geist in there, but I killed the last one with a Repudiate. I'll kill this one with a Repudiate or past Haley, doesn't matter. And I can really again now push him and say, all right, now you have to dedicate something. So that's what I do. I have past Haley go over and kill. I then also just come over with Haley regular prime to kind of keep her safe. Otherwise, still trying to kill that last Fire Eater. He just won't go down. I run a couple of guys, also revive a couple more, and they're going up just to be in the bomber's way. I charge up, and I do some damage with the other one on a Horgle, because why not? I'm also starting to stab his objective. Nothing there, and so this will make it a 2-0 game. One of the things I realized that past Haley really should have been a lot more forward if possible, because now I'm not really sharing that defense bubble as well as I could. But yeah, what I do also is I am in range where the Mauler can, with the Axer's Animus, come back after me, and what I'm trying to do is again make Horgle go back and forth, because if Horgle's now going to the right to kind of cast these spells, well then I can really start going for his zone and scoring there as well. And again, at this point I don't feel he can come in and take out one of my heavies. I can then take out the Mauler, and I'm just going to start getting up on this peace trade. And so that is what really happens. He decides to go after Old Rowdy, which is even harder because he has higher armor. My retaliatory strike did awesome. Didn't take out an aspect, but easily could have. He then gets the combo attack and throws at Prime Haley and knocks her down. Luckily, he has no more guns at this point to take advantage of that. But yeah, Horgle had to move away, so he's now having to say like, whoa, what's going on? The Axer does come down and try and attack some more of my guys, but he's really the only one there, kind of away from the game. The Bomber trampled a bit, trying to do a little bit of damage, but not really what he wanted. And so at this point, he's kind of tied up the game as far as nobody scored this turn, but now I can easily take out this other heavy and just make things really bad for him. So that's what I do. Old Rowdy just uses one to stand up, and between him and past Haley, I take out the Mauler. So now I can easily hold my own zone. Then I also clear out the rest so that I can go in and get my other Ironclad onto the Bomber. So before we even do any of this piece trading, he's already really attacked. He's really damaged. If he wants to go away, I'll have to take a free strike. I keep on stabbing the objective, but it just won't go down. So yeah, what are you going to do? I mean, at this point, he's too far. I can't allocate anything to him. But yeah, it's now a 3-0 game. And if he gets nothing in my zone, I'll just automatically win because I'll score on his turn and then score on mine. So trying for a lucky assassination, he goes around the Bomber, and really he's kind of hoping that I miss my free strike, but I mean, it's really easy to hit. I'm effectively a 9, I need double ones to miss, I don't roll double ones, and I kill him. And so with that then, that's really it, because like we said, he can get nothing to my zone. I go to 4 on his, 5 on mine with doing nothing, and that's the game. So first of all, I really like this Haley3 list. Some of the shenanigans from his side with the whole boosted fire attacks got around my armor skew, defense skew rather, and then the fact that he's doing so much damage there on the feet really destroyed my jacks. It really surprised me, and I really think that there's a lot more game to Horgle2 than I first gave him credit for. First of all, I think he wants to see a lot more troops, a lot more gun troops, and the fact he can kind of like light things on fire and then pew 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 all the boosted damage, yeah, it is very impressive. So I still feel like the other ones like Una 2 of course are better than him, but whereas I thought he was like dead last, he's garbage, he is not garbage. He's okay. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any thoughts on the game, on my list, or on Horgle2, please post them down below, and otherwise we'll catch you later. Bye. Hey there, if you liked watching this video, please go down and give it a like down below you here. And if you have any concerns or questions or comments, please put those in the comment section as well. You know, the best way for me to give you what you want to see is if you tell me what you like seeing and what you don't like seeing. So otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.